Catlett is a reminder of the strength of women, the power that women hold. Her figurative work was always of triumphant women. It was made to be an inspiration for all women so that they could find some art where they can see themselves as beautiful, because Black women weren't being depicted that way in art at the time. The figurative works always depicting strong women, role model women, not what you would see in a painting that one of these white male artists would do to hang over your fireplace. She was not about that. Women in general were being objectified and painted as sexual objects of desire by these white male artists. And she was disgusted by that and felt that that was impressive and wanted to give something to her sisters, to her daughters, to her mother, to give them hope. An image like this, for example, is very sleek and elegant, but you see it. You see the balled up, clenched fist right there. She's ready for revolution. She was probably the most dignified woman I've ever met in my life, the most serious and focused woman I've ever met in my life. She was a fighter, and she fought with her art. When she first started off, she was a lot more raw. She learned in Mexico how to get your message across, but in a way where everybody can understand. This is a way to infiltrate the minds of everyone, because she really started getting across some pretty heavy, strong messages through printmaking. In New York, she had the opportunity to work with Zapkin, who was a Russian teacher and artist, and he really inspired her and pushed her to put more abstract elements into her physical work. The left side is never identical to the right side of a person's face when you look at her work, because that's not how it is in nature. One side of the face is pretty figurative or geometric, and the other side goes super abstract. With the abstract, she's definitely going back to African form, taking it back to African masks, like with Magic Mask. She's pulling from those African influences, but I feel like she does it in a way where she's telling her own story and creating her own kind of African mask. In 2017, we look at a lot of these works. Maybe we've seen other people do it before, but we have to realize that a lot of these people were copying what she did. She was a trailblazer. She did it first. Even just depicting Black people in her art. The value of what she demonstrated was not to make art for art's sake, to make art with a purpose, to make art that uplifts humanity, that uplifts civilizations. That's why she made art, to actually bring us to a place of enlightenment, revolution, awakening. Now, I feel, especially in regards to how women are being treated in this country, I think Catlett is a woman that we should look to, because she's a woman who stood up.